Hi guys, Beth's Golden here. I'm going to show you a few tricks on how to make pockets for your planners. I'm going to show you how you can do it for two different types of systems. The first, I'm going to make the pockets for this month to put in my traveler's notebook. So these are going to be for pockets for TNs. And then I'm also going to show you how to make pockets for Happy Planners. Now, the pockets that we're making for Happy Planners, all that's going to be different from this than like a 3-ring binder or 2-ring binder or whatever you use is what you punch on the side. So if you have a Happy Planner, I strongly recommend this punch. You can get it at Michael's with your 40-50% off coupon, so it's not too pricey. I think I paid like between $12 and $15 for this, and I use it every single month to make my pockets. I can't make pockets without it for my Happy Planner. So what you need to do this, and we're going to start by making pockets first for the Happy Planner, and then we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to make pockets for your TN. So the first thing, there's two, I'm going to just show you basics, and then you can take it from there and build on it because it's so easily buildable. Once I show you, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, this is so easy. Why didn't I think of this? So the first kind of pocket that you can make for this simply requires you to fold the piece of paper up and trim off the edges to a desired length and punch a hole. And then you just use a tape runner and you adhere the edges and you have a pocket. That's one way to make a pocket for your Happy Planner. So I would take, I'm not going to do that on this one because I want to do something different in here and I only need one pocket this month. So I'll kind of walk you through it. So you need a scoreboard, and for the Happy Planner, I probably would bring this down to, let's measure it. Maybe I should do that. Oftentimes I just wing it. I probably bring this down to 6.5. So, and I have the personal size, the medium size Happy Planner. So I would measure it off at 6.5. I'd cut that, slice that down, and then I would simply take and place the piece of paper on top of my Happy Planner, and I would fold up to however I wanted my pocket to go. And I like mine a little bit smaller, so I'd probably fold it up to something along that lines. And what this does is this allows the back to be used for something else. But I'm going to do it, my favorite way is a little bit different than that. What I do is I actually take it, so I'm going to show you the second way, my favorite way to make pockets. Because I can take it like so, and I'm going to score it down the middle. So I'm going to score it at 5.5, and this just makes it fold really, really nicely. So I'm scoring it at 5.5, and then I'm folding it over like so on that score line. But before I'm done, I actually want this back to peek out. So I take this and I make a little triangle from here in which I line it up with that score line. All right. So my pocket's going to look like this. You can either keep that folded under. I have a hard time getting my punch to work because I've used it so much probably. I just go ahead and line it up and cut off the excess. All right, and then from there, I set this aside because I might be able to use it. Now, I won't be able to punch my holes through these, so what I do first, this one in first, then I'm going to flip it over and punch this side in first, second. I can talk. And then it lines up absolutely perfect. And then I just take along the bottom and carefully run my gun. And I always do it all the way across just to be on the safe side. And then up here, I just take and just add a little run of my tape gun. And then from there, I line it up and it's ready to go in my Happy Planner. So I just go ahead and pop it in like so. I'm going to bring it over to the right month. This is for February. So I can just pop it right on in there and it's ready to go. So this is one way that you can make a pocket. You can do in your Happy Planner that makes really darling pockets is oftentimes we'll get bags. This is all for the Planner Society January kit, but they have beautiful little bags and I don't want to throw the bags away, and this actually will make a really wonderful pocket. I have that I need to contend with, but that's not a big deal. All I have to do is just run this down after the fold line. So I'm running this down after the fold line, like so. And I can put something decorative on this to cover that little thingy up. And then I'm just going to put this in my punch. And then there we go. Now I have another little pocket that would be great for like my grocery list that goes right in right there. Think about like little craft bags, you know, that's made out of craft paper. I see the cutest little bags, and these are great in a Happy Planner. You don't have to adhere anything on this. It's already done for you. So let's go ahead. That's a couple different ways to make pockets for a Happy Planner. Let's go ahead and make some pockets for the TN. Traveler's Notebook, 2 different kinds of pockets. And you have to take into consideration what size your notebook is. This, I believe, is a personal size. I don't know all the measurements on all of them. You're going to have to measure your, I like to take a little book and measure it and base it off of my book. That's the best way that I found to do it. So that might be easy for you to do. So for example, this little book is 3.5 by 6 1/4. So for this pocket, I want it to be 6 1/4 tall. So I'm going to measure that down. My blade's getting weak. By 7. All right, then from here, I'm going to score it at the 3.5 line. I'm going to take this sheet of paper that I cut off and simply add it to the bottom so that I will have a fold here, a pocket here. The inside will be blank, but I'm going to do something with the inside, and then a pocket on the other side. So I need to score this down to 7. then I need to, since it's not score cut, I need to score it at the 3.5 line again. And then I'm going to just take it and only adhere two of the edges and the bottom, leaving the top open so that you can fit things in to it. So I'm just lining that up. Now, I could go ahead and do another one in here as well. So it could have a pocket here and a pocket here. I could go ahead and put this as a cover on one of my little books. There are so many different things I can do with this type of little pocket. So for this one, I'm actually going to do some folding techniques on it to make this type of pocket. So for this one, I need it to be down to because it can't be longer than, yeah, so I need it down to 7. So I'm doubling the width of my book, basically, in essence, is what I'm doing. And then from here, I can fold it up. So first, let me put a mark in at 3.5. So I'm scoring it, and I just like to do that because it keeps it nice and neat. And then from here, I'm going to fold it up to 6 1/4. So I'm going to take and fold the 6 1/4 line here. So I have 4 boxes, one like this, one like this. And I'm actually going to take it and fold it up like so. But before, and see, and I can run adhesive here, and I can run adhesive here, and then boom, flip it, and there's your pocket. But before I do that, I'm actually going to put some punches in there just to spruce it up a little bit. I have this great hexagon punch. So it's really simple. It's just four folds. Well, 2 scores and 4 boxes. So before I do that, I'm actually, the best way to do this really is to fold it in half. So then you know that you get it perfect on both sides. I'm going to put this into my hexagon punch. And I'm just going to go about halfway down on that hexagon. You could do this with a circle punch as well. It doesn't have to be a hexagon. I just like this because it adds a little bit more personality to it. You could take it also and cut down the middle right here. So you could cut on that score line down to as far as you're comfortable with, and then cut here and here to give you a nice V. That also is awesome. So there's lots of variations with this. And then I am just going to seal up the edges. And there is a fun little pocket for my traveler's notebook. But I don't think I'm done yet. I think I want to add another pocket to the outside of this. So let me see here. I'm going to use this one right here to add this pocket. Again, I have to measure it out to 7. And this is kind of like the technique I was telling you you could do with your Happy Planner. So I measure this to 7. I'm going to score on the 3.5 line. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to adhere it just like I did with this one. So I'm just going to take and make sure I get those edges nice and covered with adhesive. I even like to sometimes run off the paper just to make sure I get ever so close to the edge. And I'm going to put this right here and right here. Now, you could even take this further and do another strip on the inside just like I did on the outside. Now, you can also use beautiful bags in your traveler's notebooks. This is going to make a fantastic, a really fantastic little pocket. All I have to do is measure it on down. Trying to think how I want to do it. Do I just want it open on one side and closed on the other, or yes, this is what I'll do. Okay, so you can take your bags that you get. Again, think about bags that some bags have really cool designs on them that are made out of this type of material. Craft bags are cute if you want to use it for this technique. So what I'm going to do is I am going to measure it down to 6 1/4. All right, now this is where it can get kind of fun. This is obviously going to be too wide for my planner if I fold it over like this. So I'm going to put it in first under everything and fold it from there. So I'm going to score it. So it's going to go in like this, and I'm going to score it right here so that it folds nicely. And then from there, I can add my other inserts. From here, I just add the other inserts, so on and so forth. I'm just doing this to give you a little bit of an idea. And it will hug my everything in it. So that's what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to take it. So I need this to be the spine on this is about 1.5 inches. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it down the middle, which it pretty much is already done right here for me. And then I'm going to go out from that score line. So is it 4.5 inches? I'm going to go out 3/4 of an inch on each side. 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. This is where math is important. If your kids go, you're never going to have to use, I'm never going to use that in real life. Say, oh yeah, you will. If you're a planner, you got to know how to do fractions and things like that. Okay. And then my score line didn't take very well. Do it again. Now, the only drawback to this is you have this spot right here that's open. I like to seal that up and put a little sheet of paper in there to keep it kind of sturdy, if that makes sense. And I just use my scrap pieces of paper on this. So I'm cutting this down and I'm going to adhere this in here. And what that does is it just gives it a bit more stability. So and then I'm actually going to take it over and run adhesive on both sides. If you do this on a craft mat, it won't stick. You'll keep your adhesive. It's freaking awesome. I didn't do it on a craft mat, but it still worked. And then from here, push it down to the bottom. I line it up. Boom. Now I have a pocket that has some stability and it won't be opening. So if I have things over here, they're not going to be sliding over into the center, to my spine. So those are some ways that you can do pockets in your planners. TNs, Happy Planners, and then like I said before, with the Happy Planner, you just have to get a different kind of punch for the side, and you can do the same thing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Please feel free to share this, and make sure you watch a few other videos. I do a lot of stuff with my planners because I live out of them. You can find me on Instagram under Bets Golden, and also look me up on Facebook under Bets Golden as well. And of course, check out my blog, which is www.scrappycafe.blogspot.com. Until next time, happy crafting!